2014 Hyundai Elantra 1.8 valve cover gasket replacement. For that, we're going to remove our ignition coils here, 4 ignition coils. We're going to remove our clamp here to take out this hose over here, connectors, this connector over here for our camshafts, this other connection here, we're going to remove it, our oil dipstick. So right now that I have removed my ignition coils, sometimes I don't like to remove them. If it's possible, I like to remove it together with the plug on it or in it, because if I remove it, sometimes they will break. So I don't want to take that chance unless we're replacing the ignition coil. Then we have no other option. But for now, I'm just going to set it to the side. I'll disconnect my hose here over here, the connector here. I'm just gonna 2 taps. You're gonna press with the pick on one side and then the other side, one at a time, and then pull up on the wire. Also here, this one have a little pin that you can just, on the bottom, you just press up. You can press up and then you pull. Actually, that's how you do it. You press up and then you pull on this connectors. This one too, right here. Press up on the wire, on the clip, and then comes undone. On hoses, sometimes they're seized, so you can use a pick and be careful not to create damage on the hose, and go around with the pick and then just slide it out. So we have cleared out most of other things, wiring, connectors that are attached to the valve cover itself. So it's time to remove our bolts. After removing our bolts all the way around and some 3 on the middle, 4, then we can start applying a little bit of pressure on the bottom of the valve cover. Try not to be so hard on it because it's plastic and it's been under heat, so it could be brittle. Then you're gonna go around and be gentle on the corners, on the back side if you can, to get it lift up, and then we're gonna clean real good our surface, install a new gasket in place, valve cover out of the vehicle. And so far the only hard thing to get out will be your seals for your spark plugs tubes. So what I like to do, I like to use a bolt, like a sheetrock bolt, and then I'm gonna screw this sheetrock bolt like in the middle of the seal. There's metal right here. We don't want to go at the edge. We want to go on the middle of the seal. Then that will give us more room to pull. Try not to go too deep on it. You got a little bit of lip over here, but you don't want to go and damage your gasket. So after you have installed your bolt, and you're gonna put pressure with a hammer, and you're gonna go gentle on it, and you're gonna pull. And that's how I got this ones out, because if you try to other way, you can damage the plastic. Even this way, you can also damage your gasket, but you're gonna be using 2 hands, so there's less probabilities of damaging. So this is what you have to do. This is the trick to remove your seals. To install our gasket, you're gonna remove the old ones here. They break when you take the old one out. Also, just remember to put them right here between these plastics. Put them right there, all the way around. one tip right here is that you can, to press this down, they could be a little bit hard. So what I do, I use a little bit of lubricant around this right here, around, and then when I go press them down just by hand, they will go easy. They won't give you a fight at all. So that's another tip. Make your life easier. That's what this is all about. Even for us, it's hard to do things sometimes. So a tip from another mechanic or someone else that knows how to do things different way is welcome. You can guys leave a comment or any advice. Right, sir. Now with that, we're gonna we're ready to install our gasket. That we have everything set up in our cover. We want to clean our dust and debris, dirt. It's like sand pieces, like rocky pieces. We want to clean here also. We want to clean out. We don't want anything to fall inside our engine if possible. Sometimes it's not possible to get everything out, but you want to clean it the way that it's gonna be. You're gonna be throwing everything out. Okay, I'm using a razor knife to clean it. I just drop it right here. So like I mentioned, clean all the surface. Try to go to the outside with all this debris and get it clean. And when I get it ready, I also want to clean it with a little bit of Scotch-Brite and some brake cleaner to get all the oil out. Make sure there's no more oil before we install it. Also on these uneven parts of the head, like right here, there's a joint between the timing chain cover and the head. We're gonna add a little bit of gasket maker silicone and some silicone on the other side. Now we're ready to install our valve cover. All right, so we're gonna install it. We're gonna torque our bolts to 8 foot-pounds. Also, before I tried to install our my valve cover, but look at here, I left a piece of a gasket in here, and when I was trying to push down on the gasket on my cover, it kind of went uneven. So if something like that happens to you, you put your valve cover and you feel like there's something wrong, take them out again and check all the places where your seal sits. And this one, it's very well there. So that's the one that was giving me a little bit of trouble, and I'm glad I catch it, because it was gonna leak. It was gonna create a leak. That's what we're trying to avoid. We're trying to fix a leak, not to create a leak. So mistakes can happen, but try to catch them on their way. So that's a complete valve cover gasket replacement. Make sure you put everything back, your vacuum hoses, your ignition coils, put everything back where they belong, your wiring, where they came from factory. Some people or some mechanics would just leaving hangers everywhere, and that will create a damage or a problem down the road. So try to put everything back where it belongs from factory. So that's all for this video about the valve cover gasket replacement.